This is a big test for the Obama administration in terms of foreign policy. What do you say? What do you do? Earlier, we had a chance to get some answers on this. We spoke with Susan Rice, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. Here's what she had to say. Good morning, Dr. Rice. Thank you for joining us.
Good to be with you, Chris.
So let's look at the situation. North Korea has been isolated. The talk from the U.S. has been tough. The sanctions are tough, yet the tests continue. Can the United States stop North Korea from this behavior?
Well, Chris, I think what's clear is that North Korea's recent actions, the nuclear test of yesterday and their launching of short-range missiles, are a very provocative and destabilizing series of actions that pose a clear threat to international peace and security. And what North Korea has found is that their actions are leaving them further isolated. They've faced clear and forceful condemnation from capitals around the world, and indeed yesterday from the United Nations Security Council.
Is the reality that the U.S. can't drive North Korea's behavior, that maybe you need Russia or China to step in?
Well, we have Russia and China that have stepped in, and together we have increased the pressure, and that was one of the remarkable things about what occurred yesterday. Very swiftly, very forcefully, Russia, China, the United States, Japan, South Korea, and all of our partners on the Security Council came together and made it very plain that North Korea will not succeed in trying to intimidate the international community, that they will pay a price for their actions, and that together we're going to increase the pressure and indeed increase our concerted efforts to try to prevent North Korea from pursuing the path that it's on.
Do you think North Korea cares whether or not this is a bad statement to be making? I mean, they seem to be continuing along a pretty definite course.
Well, I think North Korea is surprisingly in tune to international reaction and international action. And indeed, they are trying to test whether they can intimidate the international community. There was a period of time a few weeks ago when the Security Council met and did issue a tough response and increased sanctions. They're trying to say that unless the Council backs down and apologizes, they're going to pursue this course. And the message we're sending back is that the international community is united. North Korea is isolated. The international community will not be intimidated, and the pressure on North Korea will only increase if they continue on this course.
Are you concerned at all that Iran, looking on in this situation, is given confidence that really you can get away with whatever you want?
No, Chris, quite the contrary. What Iran would see if it is watching this carefully is that the further a country like North Korea strays from its obligations, from fulfilling its commitments under the agreements that it has concluded in the context of the six parties, as well as its other international obligations, the more pressure, the more sanctions, the more isolation it will face. And I think this sends exactly the right message to other countries that may be deciding how to proceed.
All right, Dr. Rice, thank you very much. Appreciate the time this morning.
Good to be with you, Chris.